Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Kania Faiza Abdullah with NPM A1B024041. In this video, I would like to explain three types of text, namely procedure text, descriptive text, and recount text. This video is meant to fulfill the final assignment for the Reading for Professional Purposes course. And in this video, I will explain the definition, generic structure, and language features of each text along with the examples. So, let's get started. First, I will explain about procedure text. A procedure text is a type of text that explains how to make, operate, or do something through clear and organized steps. The purpose of this text is to help readers complete a task correctly and easily. Procedure texts are usually found in recipes, tutorials, instructions, and manuals because they guide readers step by step. The example of procedure text in this video is how to bake chocolate chip cookies. From this text, the first generic structure is the goal. The goal of this text is to explain how to bake chocolate chip cookies through clear and sequential steps. From the title, readers already know what they are going to make. The second structure is ingredients or materials. This section contains the ingredients needed to make the cookies, such as butter, sugar, eggs, flour, and chocolate chips. The last structure is steps or methods. This section explains the instruction in order, starting from preheating the oven, mixing the ingredients, baking the cookies, and finally cooling them on a rack. Now, let's discuss the language features. The first language feature is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are command sentences that give instruction or direction to the readers. They are important in procedure text because the writer wants the reader to follow the steps correctly. Some examples are preheat your oven, combine the flour, and bake for 9 to 11 minutes. The second language feature is action verbs. Action verbs are verbs that show physical activities or actions. They help readers understand what they should do in each step. Some examples are beat, mix, combine, fold, and bake. The third language feature is sequence connectors or temporal conjunction. These words are used to show the order of the step, so the instruction becomes clearer and more organized. Examples include like first, next, meanwhile, and finally. The next language feature is simple present tense. Procedure texts usually use simple present tense because the instructions are general and can be followed at any time. For example, bake for 9 to 11 minutes. And lastly, the text also uses adverbs. Adverbs explain how an action should be done. They make the instruction more specific and detailed. Some examples are carefully, gradually, and gently. Next, I will explain descriptive text. A descriptive text is a type of text that describes a person, place, animal, or thing in detail. The purpose is to help readers imagine the objects clearly by explaining its characteristics, appearance, and qualities. The example of descriptive text in this video is ROM. The first generic structure is identification. This section introduces the topic or subject being discussed, which is ROM. The second structure is description. This section explains the details about ROM, such as its history, importance, and characteristics as a historic city. Now, let's move to the language features. The first language feature is simple present tense. Descriptive texts usually use simple present tense because they explain facts and general information. For example, it is a very historic city. The second language feature is descriptive adjectives. Adjectives are used to describe the qualities or characteristics of the subject in detail. Some examples are famous, historic, and important. The next language feature is relational verbs. Relational verbs are verbs that connect the subject with its description or identity. Examples include like is and became. Another language feature is specific participant. This means the text focuses on one specific subject, which is Rome. Lastly, the text also uses action verbs. Action verbs show activities or action related to the subject. Some examples are visit, grew, and founded. Now, I will continue with recount text. A recount text is a type of text that retells past events or experiences in chronological order. The purpose of recount text is to inform or entertain readers about events that happened in the past. The example of recount text in this video is my first camping experience. The first generic structure is orientation. This section introduces the background information such as the participants, time, and place of the event. The second structure is events. This section explains the sequence of activities or experiences step by step. And the last structure is reorientation. This section contains the writer's feelings, opinion, or conclusion about the experience. Next, let's discuss the language features. The first language feature is simple past tense. Recount texts use simple past tense because they tell events that already happened in the past. Some examples are joined, went, arrived, and learned. The second language feature is action verbs. These verbs show the activities done by the writer or participants. Examples include set up, roast, and clean. The next language feature is temporal conjunction. These words show the sequence or time of the events, making the story easier to follow. Examples are last month, in the evening, and the next morning. Another language feature is personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used because recount texts usually tell personal experiences. Examples include I, we, and my. And last one, the text also used descriptive words to make the story more vivid and interesting. Some examples are excited, nervous, and unforgettable. In conclusion, procedure text, descriptive text, and recount text have different purposes and characteristics. Procedure text explains steps or instruction. Descriptive text describes a person, place, or thing in detail. And recount text retell past events or experiences in chronological order. Each text also has its own generic structure and language features that help readers understand the content and purpose of the text clearly. Alright, that's the end of my video explanation about procedure text, descriptive text, and recount text. Thank you for watching and paying attention to this video. I hope this explanation can help everyone understand the materials better. See you next time and have a wonderful day.